Meanwhile, calls for Sheriff Alex Villanueva to resign grow louder. NBC4's Cádiz Klemack has more.
New photos released over the weekend show one remaining deputy still in the hospital, recovering after a shooting that left her and her partner in critical condition 2 weeks ago. The LA Sheriff's Department Metro Division posting these photos and adding that President Donald Trump made a call to check in on their spirits, saying the deputy had to write her answers down so someone could relay her responses. The other deputy injured in the shooting was released from the hospital. Meantime, investigators continue to piece together what happened. Sources still telling the NBC4i team that the man arrested after a standoff with police in Linwood is in fact related to the investigation. This, as the sheriff himself continues to say, investigators are still trying to locate the two people involved, the shooter and the getaway driver. All this as the calls for Sheriff Alex Villanueva to resign continue. The Sheriff's Civilian Oversight Commission, members of the Board of Supervisors, the families of people killed by deputies among them. The latest is Robert Saucedo, head of the nonprofit Community Build in South LA, which formed after 1992 civil unrest. He says the sheriff has lost the public's trust.
I think the sheriff has been quite complicit with dealing with the real issues and sensitivities around shootings.
Saucedo says if the sheriff were appointed and not elected, relieving him of his duties would be much easier.
If he were a department head, he'd be more accountable to the county board of supervisors like every other department head is.
But as an elected official, if he refuses to resign, as he said multiple times since the call surfaced last week, the only way to remove him is with a recall effort. But Saucedo says that would be too expensive, and he believes the sheriff can redeem himself if he's willing to follow through with the reforms he promised when he took office.
At the end of the day, the sheriff's department or any other policing department, they are responsible to the citizens with the motto to protect and serve.
We reached out to the sheriff for a response, but we have not heard back. In South LA, Cádiz Klemack, NBC4 News.